Hello and welcome to Sri Lakshmi's YouTube channel. This episode is regarding Kerala PSC Assistant Professor in English Writing Practice. Let's deal with the topic of John Milton's poem Lycidas. So, what you should do first, you have to prepare important themes, like practice writing answers on topics such as pastoral elegy, mourning and grief, death and immortality, Christian resurrection, nature in Lycidas, the poet's role and poetic fame, classical and Christian allusions, and corruption of the clergy, that is, St. Peter's speech. To impress the examiner and to gain more points, you should learn important quotations. That means you have to memorize 10 to 15 short quotations. That means 1 to 2 lines each, and use them as textual evidence instead of quoting long passages. For example, for Lycidas is dead, dead ere his prime. Fame is a spur. Tomorrow to fresh woods and pastures new. This is the last line of the poem. See, this is a way you gain more marks and get colorful scores. Okay, so this time my video or class will be going like this. Last two classes were based on giving you notes, but I thought it is not needed, that you will be having a lot of information and there will be an overload, like, right? There is Google, there is Chat GPT, Gemini, and maybe you have extra notes with you. So there is no need of giving notes from my side. You will already have it. So I will be giving you extra tips and guidance for how to write for this descriptive exam. So let's continue. Next, practice different question types. That means write answers for questions like discuss Lycidas as a pastoral elegy, examine the fusion of pagan and Christian elements in Lycidas, discuss the theme of immortality in Lycidas, examine Milton's use of classical mythology, critically analyze the structure of Lycidas, evaluate Lycidas as a poem of consolation, discuss the significance of St. Peter's speech. You can go through previous year's question papers to get more questions like this. Now, the next important thing is that you have to follow a fixed answer structure. For a 10 to 15 mark question, the introduction should define the concept. In this case of Lycidas, you have to mention Lycidas, that it is published in 1638, written for Edward King, like that. Now, when coming to the body part, you have to explain the main idea and support with quotations, include critical opinions, and mention literary devices and symbolism, if any. And the last is conclusion, where you have to summarize your argument and state the lasting significance of the poem. Now, another important thing is that you have to include critics. Practice incorporating critics naturally. For example, Samuel Johnson criticized the mixture of pagan mythology and Christian theology. Then William Emerson admired the poem's complexity. C.S. Lewis highlighted Milton's religious vision, etc. So, while dealing with each and every topic of the syllabus, not only just focus on the summary and other literary devices and symbolism, go, deep search regarding the critical analysis of the lesson also. Now, while practicing this writing you have to give time for yourself. For example, if the question is for 10 marks, you have to write for 12 to 15 minutes. That means it will be about 350 to 450 words. And if the marks is for 15, you have to give 18 to 20 minutes, and it will cover 600 to 700 words. And last but not the least, which I have already said, that you have to practice with previous question papers which will have different style of questions, and you have to try writing one answer each a day, like Lycidas as a pastoral elegy, classical mythology in Lycidas, Christian symbolism in Lycidas, theme of poetic fame, death and resurrection, nature imagery, Milton's style in Lycidas, the significance of the final lines, etc., etc. And by practicing this day by day, you will be a writing pro, at the time of the exam.